Hello and welcome to RIT SportsZone. I'm John DiTullio. Now, the RIT women's soccer team entered the postseason as a 3 seed, but after knocking off second seed Skidmore in the conference semifinals, the Tigers earned a shot at their first Liberty League championship. RIT facing top-seeded and nationally ranked William Smith in the conference title game. Picking up 6 minutes, RIT with a golden opportunity as Gwen Newhouse sent it in, but Chelsea Dene is able to tip it up and over the crossbar to keep the game scoreless. 40th minute, Caitlin Mitchell gets a head on it and points it into the far corner of the net. William Smith led 1-0 at the half. Second half, the Herons kept the pressure up, but Amanda Murray comes up with the stop. William Smith outshot RIT 19-4 and held on for the 1-0 victory, earning their 7th straight conference title. With more from Geneva, here's Krista Bellardo.
The RIT women's soccer team gave William Smith all they could handle in today's Liberty League championship. However, the Herons proved why they are one of the top teams in the nation, prevailing over the Tigers 1-0 to win their 17th straight game and an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. You played one of the top teams in the nation today. How do you think you guys measured up?
Last week when we played them, we didn't play our best as a team, and I think we just came out and we took it to them the whole game, and we really took them out of what they wanted to do this time. And last game we kind of were sitting back and letting them do what they wanted to do, and today we just attacked, and I think we showed it out there that we can play with one of the best teams in the country.
What does today's game do for the confidence of the team going forward?
I think that's probably the biggest thing is now we feel like, you know, we can play with that team. We can beat that team, and they scored a goal on a set piece on a corner kick that we've prevented all year. We want that one back. And so going forward, I think that this can be nothing but a confidence builder for our group.
You guys had some chances to score. How frustrating was it not being able to capitalize on those opportunities?
It was hard in the first half because we were just playing so well, and it's just like we just needed to break through and get that one goal, and then they come back on one opportunity and get a goal. But you just got to keep playing hard and hope that it comes.
Neither team is going to get a ton of chances, so we needed to be able to bury the ones that we got, especially the first one 5 minutes into the game. That was a golden chance, and our assistant coaches, we looked at each other and said, you know, I hope that isn't the one that we regret.
We did have our opportunities. It's always frustrating, but I mean, for us, it's always defense first, and I think we did a really solid job defending. I'm proud of us. We really had a great mindset, and I think we dominated the first half, and unfortunately came out down 1-0. And then in the second half, just, you know, tried to get something back, but, you know, they're a great team. How do you think the defense performed today?
We don't want to get scored on, and we're going to do whatever we can do, put our bodies in front of things, dive on the ground, slide through people. Our goalie's been playing really well. Amy had a great game today, and that's helping us out a lot too.
When teams are preparing to play against us, they probably have a tough time figuring out how exactly they're going to break down our back line and our goalkeeper, but I think our back four are the best, some of the best in the conference.
What does it mean for the program to take the next step in getting to the championship game today?
I think with myself and Jamie and Alexa, the senior class, we've done a great job at building the program, and I think today we showed we just need that one more little step, and we're going to be a team that can win championships for years to come. So I hope that this shows all the freshmen and sophomores and juniors what they need to do and how hard you have to work to get here.
I think the best thing about our team is that every year we do one thing that we didn't do the previous year. So now we'll know what it's like if we get back here, that we want to hold that trophy at the end.
Well, for the second straight year, RIT's strong regular season earned them an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament. RIT faced MIT in the first round of the NCAAs, and for the first time in the program's history, the Tigers advanced, beating the Engineers on penalty kicks. Alana Gray scored the game-winning PK for the Tigers. RIT moved on to face the College of New Jersey in the second round, but fell to the Lions 1-0. The Lions scored in the 74th minute. RIT finishes a tremendous season at 12-5-4. Welcome back to SportsZone. The RIT women's hockey team looks to remain undefeated in conference play as they welcome Penn State to Ritter Arena. And the Nittany Lions were greeted by a whiteout at the Ritter. There was no scoring in this one until the third period. Tigers trailing by 1. Melissa Bromley's shot is stopped, but Morgan Scoing is there for the rebound to tie the game at 1. Late in the period, Scoing with the shot, and it's deflected in by Mackenzie Stone with just 1:08 to play. RIT sweeps the weekend series with Penn State, winning 2-1. The RIT women's hockey team has just 4 American-born players on its roster. That includes captain Celeste Brown, who, as Lauren McShane discovered, trained at the site of America's biggest hockey miracle before arriving at RIT.
Bring it into the Sacred Heart end. Hiller's shot goes wide and out. The rebound by Brown is put in. Celeste Brown, 7th of the season. The Tigers, and they do it this afternoon. 3-0 they lead.
When did you first hear about the National Sports Academy?
I heard about NSA, National Sports Academy, when I was at a development camp. Like, I was 15 years old, and I really had no idea. Usually you hear about NAHA, which is the North American Hockey Academy, and NSA is kind of, it's like basically the same thing. And when I was at this development camp, they asked me, or they're talking to my dad and to me a little bit about it, and then that's just basically the first I heard of it.
Why did you decide to attend?
I decided to attend NSA because it was something that I always wanted to do. Like, I just remember growing up as a kid and thinking, oh, I just want to go to boarding school, like I just want to play hockey. And especially for me coming from Montana, it was really important to like get myself out there, like allow college coaches to see me play hockey. So it was kind of just the perfect opportunity to take, and so that's what I did.
The school is located in Lake Placid. How did being at the site of the Miracle on Ice motivate you?
Lake Placid is my favorite place on earth. It is a great place. And just being able to play in the Miracle rink, which is the 1980 rink it's referred to, is like icing on the cake. Like, I didn't think of that when I first like thought about going to NSA. It wasn't one of my like cons, or I mean pros on the pros and cons list, but I mean, thinking back now, sometimes I'll see pictures of the rink and I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe I got to play there.
Is the National Sports Academy typically looked at during recruiting season?
It is. It's a pretty high-profile school for recruits, but primarily mostly Division I recruits. And at the time, we were in somewhat of a transition where we weren't officially going Division I yet, but we knew it was coming pretty close. And so we thought we could take a run at Celeste and hopefully entice her to finish, hopefully just 1 year of Division III. The rest of your 3 years will be Division I, and go from there. And luckily, it all worked out for the best.
What was it about Celeste that made you want to recruit her?
I think the first thing that really attracts you to Celeste is how hard she works on the ice. Kind of jumps out at you. You know, she's very noticeable on the ice, just the effort she puts forth. And then as you're sitting in the stands watching her play when she was in high school, you know, seeing her, how much she talks on the ice as well, helps a lot. And it's something that you really don't find that much. And so you can combine them both. It's actually a nice bonus.
Mark, power turn that. Boom, hard to the puck, because you can get it your speed. What one? Like when it bounced off on there and you missed it, just power turn hard instead of going all the way in the corner.
What was it about RIT that appealed to you during the recruiting process?
I wanted to play hockey in college, and that was the main thing on my mind. And then when I came here and I saw the rink, I saw a coach told me like what it was like, the atmosphere, the support from the school. It was just like, wow, like this is where I want to go. Like this is the ultimate. It's a great hockey school.
How special was it to be voted captain by your teammates?
To be voted captain by my teammates was so special. I think I wasn't expecting it, and just to get the news from Coach last spring, it was like, wow, like it's really an honor, like that all 24 other girls, I don't know how many exactly, but they supported me and they picked me to be a leader on this team. Is he a righty? There's a righty. Take mine. Take mine.
She has all the intangibles of, you want your leader to lead by example, on and off the ice, and she does that. She's, you know, last year was a 4.0 student. On the ice, she's one of the hardest working girls. In the locker room, she's very vocal, but in a positive way. She knows the fine line of when to be serious, you know, when it's game time, when it's practice time, and then off the ice, she can joke around with the best of them, and she's has a great personality off the ice. She's just a fun girl to be around.
You're halfway through your RIT career. What would you like to see the team achieve in your next 2 years?
Oh, I would love to see the team achieve a national championship at the end of next year when we're allowed to qualify. But definitely, I think you have to start with smaller steps and then work your way up. So like this year, our goal is to win the CHA championship, and I do not think that's out of the question at all. And then the same thing for next year. We'll start there and then chip away from what goes past that. But I think we've already been pretty successful, you know, at least at the Division I level, but that doesn't mean we should be satisfied. And I mean, I know I'm not satisfied, and neither is the team, so I think we set our standards high and then go for them.
Don't forget that RIT SportsZone is your home for hockey all season long. Don't miss the historic Frozen Frontier on December 14th as the RIT women face off against Clarkson at noon, and the men host Niagara at 7 o'clock on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel 26. Welcome back to SportsZone. She was one of the most dominant volleyball players in the nation this season, ranking among Division III's best in kills and points. Now, Sarah Zybis is quickly becoming one of the most decorated, having already earned Liberty League and New York Region Rookie of the Year honors. Zybis is now eligible for All-American status. SportsZone's Taylor Beatty has more on this phenomenal freshman.
Sarah Zybis was born into a military family, so naturally, her road to RIT included a journey around the globe. So you lived in Japan, Germany, and you've played volleyball in all these places. What have you been able to take away from these experiences?
I've been able to take away just playing the different game. Like in Germany, they have the international rules. I was able to play with older girls as well. So just being able to learn that way. Also being able to play in a different culture is definitely different. So it's just been an awesome experience. Sports was my way of making friends, especially when I moved to new places, and being able to find that niche of friends who also play sports and enjoy the same sports that I do has always been helpful.
Zybis played 4 years of varsity volleyball at Ramstein High School in Germany before deciding she wanted to return to the States for college.
I applied to a total of 8 schools, got into 7, narrowed it down to 3. RIT was the last one that I came looked at in April. And I just kind of fell in love with it. It was freezing, it hailed, it was raining. I was just kind of miserable, but I was just like, this is where I need to be.
During her recruiting process, Sarah turned down several other offers to come to RIT, including Division I offers. What does that mean to a program like RIT?
Well, if we're going to get to nationals and hopefully be an elite program that even goes into the second, third round or better, which in the past we've been fortunate enough to be that kind of a program, you need 1 or 2 players like that who say they're looking for the right academic fit, they're looking for a place where they can make an immediate impact. As great as she is, obviously at this place she's going to make a bigger impact right away than maybe she would in a D1 program. In our first couple conversations, my big thing was, look, you're great. But with that said, there's so much you need to get better at. And I started pointing things out. And I think that kind of attracted her because she said, some coaches are saying to me, I'm wonderful the way I am. And as much as I knew she'd be a great impact player here, it was like, if you're going to reach your potential, there's things you have to do.
Zybis made an instant impact with the Tigers, finishing her first season ranked in the top 5 nationally in both kills and points. Did you expect to be this successful as a freshman?
No, I didn't.
What does this success mean to you personally?
It definitely means that I've worked really hard. I've come a long way since when I started, and just kind of come a long way, especially where playing overseas, kind of hard to get recruited, and just being given the opportunity to play here and then being able to improve, and just that means a lot.
early in preseason, it became clear she was a special player, even maybe a little better than what I thought she was going to be, which was an exciting time for the coaching staff. I'm a numbers person, and so as I crunch numbers by rotation, by player, she just proved over and over that like we should be getting her the ball even more. And then luckily, as we started expanding that role, she also, put the weight on her shoulders and did it. So I think that it's one thing to tell them that you have that expectation for them. It's another to have someone kind of accept it and not shy away from it.
How has Coach Lotus helped you personally progress as a player?
He's very supportive, and he wants me to keep moving and to keep improving, and that's kind of why I picked here, because I knew that I would be able to improve here and still be able to get a lot of game time and just get more experience.
How good exactly do you think Sarah can be?
There's no reason she can't be an All-American, and if we were lucky enough to also be that good around her, why not even think about National Player of the Year kind of thing? It's just a matter of, can we as a team build around her enough so that it isn't just a one-person show, which with obviously if we get a little more stable, then someone with her talent can also probably play to an even bigger, higher expectancy level versus just sometimes helping us get through the tough moments. Instead, being part of a good offense, she'll shine even more because they won't be able to focus on her.
Each year, RIT Athletics honors its past by recognizing the most outstanding athletes, coaches, and contributors to sports here in the Brick City. The 45th annual RIT Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremonies were held in October at Locust Hill Country Club. 6 new members were enshrined, including hockey's Cassie Strong-Fairbarn, swimming's Lloyd Kaplan, track's Molly Urquhart, softball's Sherry McNamara-Jerovics, and wrestlers Chick DiBiase and Ray Ruflison. Meanwhile, back on the mat, wrestler Tori Kane won 9 of his 12 matches this season. And as Emily Clark reports, that's quite an accomplishment for someone who missed last season and wondered if he'd ever wrestle again.
Tori Kane was born to wrestle, and thanks to his father, he started at the early age of 6.
I was basically expected, I guess, when I was born. My family, my grandpa, my uncle, everyone's been wrestling, so he kind of just took me to a practice and said, see if you like it, and I liked it, and I've been doing it ever since.
After success in high school and an outstanding freshman season at RIT, Kane's wrestling career was halted due to an injury.
More of like a chronic injury. It wasn't really acute, happened at one time. It was a herniated disc. There were 2 of them. One was bulging, one was herniated. And I had some therapy and 2 epidural injections, and none of them worked. So we just went with surgery in March, and I took the whole season off, obviously.
What did the surgery entail? What was the procedure exactly?
It was a fusion of my L5 S1 disc, I believe. So just one, and I was off the mat, off any type of weight training for about 2 months, and then I could slowly get back into it, which I did this summer.
How frustrating was it knowing that you had to take the season off?
It was pretty frustrating because coming off that good freshman year, I was looking forward to doing big things, but now I'm coming back this year healthy and ready to do the same.
Were you always pretty positive about coming back, or was there ever a time that you got pretty discouraged and considered giving up in a sense?
There were definitely a lot of times where it hurt and I felt I wouldn't be able to compete at a high level. Throughout the summer, I would try and get back into it and kind of just have to leave and be mad and upset because it didn't feel right. But just slowly working towards what I wanted to and working with this training staff here, I've gotten myself to a healthy place.
Even though he admits he'll never be 100% again, Kane's return to the mat this season proves he's close.
For RIT, Tori Kane.
So your first weekend back, you went 7-1. What was that like?
Well, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I hadn't been on the mat in over a year. And after that first loss, it was pretty tough, but won 6 straight in a row, and my back was feeling pretty good, so I think I knew that I was ready to be back into it.
What kind of mental preparation did it take getting back into practicing, getting back into tournaments?
Just kind of having to ignore what happened, not think about your back, just think about winning, think about training, and just ignore the surgery. And I feel better, the back feels good, so I think I'm ready to go.
So you've been doing this since you were a kid, you've now gone through surgery, you have some years left at RIT. Why are you still wrestling after all of the trouble it's put you through?
Good, I ask myself that every day. I'm really not sure, it's just the love of the sport, and as much as I hate it sometimes, I just can't see myself not wrestling.
What do you love about it so much?
Just the intensity, it's just you versus the other guy, it's not a team sport. You can't really blame anyone else for a loss, as in you can on a team. If you lose, it's your fault and it's up to you to improve.
What do you think your life would be without wrestling?
Boring. I don't know what I'd be doing. Like I said, as much as I hate it sometimes, I just can't see myself not wrestling. It's just a part of me. I've been doing it for so long.
Rated by decision goes to RIT's Tori Kane.
Well, don't forget that staying connected to SportsZone is easier than ever thanks to the RIT SportsZone app. You can access highlights, features, and do much more. So download the SportsZone app for your Android or Apple device today. Well, that does it for this edition of RIT SportsZone. So until next time, thanks for joining us here in the Zone.
Now we feel like, we can play with that team. We can beat that team, and they scored a goal on a set piece on a corner kick that we've prevented all year. We want that one back. And so going forward, I think that this can be nothing but a confidence builder for our group.
You guys had some chances to score. How frustrating was it not being able to capitalize on those opportunities?
It was hard in the first half because we were just playing so well, and it's just like we just needed to break through and get that one goal, and then they come back on one opportunity and get a goal. But you just got to keep playing hard and hope that it comes.
Neither team is going to get a ton of chances, so we needed to be able to bury the ones that we got.
Hello and welcome to RIT SportsZone. I'm John DiTullio. Now, the RIT women's soccer team entered the postseason as a 3 seed, but after knocking off second seed Skidmore in the conference semifinals.
Especially the first one, 5 minutes into the game, that was a golden chance, and our assistant coaches, we looked at each other and said, I hope that isn't the one that we regret.
We did have our opportunities. It's always frustrating, but for us, it's always defense first, and I think we did a really solid job defending. I'm proud of us. We really had a great mindset, and I think we dominated the first half and unfortunately came out down 1-0. And then in second half, just, try to get something back, but, they're a great team. How do you think the defense performed today?
We don't want to get scored on, and we're going to do whatever we can do, put our bodies in front of things, dive on the ground, slide through people. Our goalie's been playing.
Finals, the Tigers earned a shot at their first Liberty League championship. RIT facing top-seeded and nationally ranked William Smith in the conference title game. Pick it up 6 minute. RIT with a golden opportunity as Gwen Newhouse sent it in, but Chelsea Dene is able to tip it up and over the crossbar to keep the game scoreless. 40th minute, Caitlin Mitchell gets a head on it and points it into the far corner of the net. William Smith led 1-0 at the half. Second half, the Herons kept the pressure up, but Amanda Murray comes up with the stop. William Smith outshot RIT 19-4 and held on for the 1-0 victory, earning their 7th straight conference title. With more from Geneva, here's Krista Bellardo.
The RIT women's soccer team gave William Smith all they could handle in today's Liberty League championship. However, the Herons proved why they are one of the top teams in the nation, prevailing over the Tigers 1-0 to win their 17th straight game and an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. You played one of the top teams in the nation today. How do you think you guys measured up?
Last week when we played them, we didn't play our best as a team, and I think we just came out and we took it to them the whole game, and we really took them out of what they wanted to do this time. And last game we kind of were sitting back and letting them do what they wanted to do, and today we just attacked, and I think we showed it out there that we can play with one of the best teams in the country.
What does today's game do for the confidence of the team going forward?
I think that's probably the biggest thing is now